That's the power of real faith, of genuine connection, and of real conversation with God, a force that can move mountains and transform lives. I remember a time when I felt like I had nowhere else to turn. I've hit rock bottom. It felt like the weight of the world was crushing me, and I couldn't see any way out. I was homeless, broke, completely alone, with no resources and no one to rely on. It was a terrifying and isolating experience. I remember sitting in my old beat-up car, the only possession I had left, with just $35 to my name. The car felt like a cage, trapping me with my despair. I was completely lost, not knowing what to do, where to go, or who to turn to. Every direction seemed blocked, every path led to a dead end. I was angry at the world, at my circumstances, at myself. I felt like life had dealt me an unfair hand and I didn't know how to cope with the injustice. I was scared of the future, of what might happen to me, of the uncertainty that lay ahead. The fear was paralyzing, making it even harder to take action. And I was desperate for a solution, for a way out of the darkness, for a glimmer of hope. I was willing to try anything, to do whatever it took to change my situation. So, in that moment of utter despair, I started talking to God, raw, honest, broken, laying bare my soul with nothing held back. I poured out my frustration, my anger, my fear, and my desperation, holding nothing back, just letting it all flow out in a torrent of emotion. When I finished, after what felt like an eternity, a strange and unexpected peace settled over me, a calmness I hadn't felt in years. My situation hadn't magically changed, the money was still gone, the car was still old, but I felt a flicker of hope for the first time in a long while, a tiny spark in the darkness. That moment, that simple conversation, was the start of a real, genuine, and transformative relationship with God, a connection that would change my life forever. I began praying every day, not just in times of need, but also thanking Him even for the struggle, for the lessons I was learning, and for the strength I was gaining. And slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, doors began to open, opportunities started to appear, small opportunities little by little, one step at a time, building on each other, creating momentum. My life turned around, not overnight with a single grand gesture, but step by step, day by day, with consistent effort and unwavering faith. It all started with that desperate, honest prayer, that moment of vulnerability and surrender. That's the power of real faith, of genuine connection, and of real conversation with God, a force that can move mountains and transform lives. If it worked for me, a broken and desperate soul, it can absolutely work for you, no matter what you're facing.